Welcome to another draft. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy, and today we technically did open a piece of power in the form of Time Twister. Vampiric Tutor is another really nice one. I think it's between those two. I'm not interested in a Pack One Pick One Bolus Citadel or Jace Wielder. Water Grave would be a nice wheel, but I doubt it. Maybe Creeping Tar Pit though. Um, I think Time Twister is what I'm going to take. There's a lot of ways to abuse it. There's Orcish Bowmasters now. On top of Sheoldred, of course, Hull Breacher, Narset, etc. Leovold, I think, is the last one that's like a full stop Punisher for them. Then there's some other synergies, of course, as well. Technically, Exploration, Fast Bond, etc. Um, I don't hate Vampiric Tutor, but I don't normally like taking tutors before I have the thing because you don't know if you're going to be a more fair deck. And it's really awkward to have Vampiric Tutor and Demonic Tutor in your decks when you're like turn one Thoughtseize, turn two Dark Confidant, and whatever on turn three at that point. It's like when you're going to cast your Demonic Tutor. And if you're Demonic Tutoring for like Go for the Throat, that seems really weird. So, yeah, I want to take the Time Twister and see what our next pack has to hold for us. Also, if we can open up our Companion Mox Emerald this draft, it's just another way to abuse Time Twisters as well. But maybe we'll get a Soul Ring. Also, I'm going to stop talking now. Just kidding. But I'm really glad I took that time twister now because we got its best friend Hull Breacher. So I guess in the first two packs we already know what we're doing, and that's fantastic. So yep, we're going to take that. Not drafting Mother of Runes this time. Okay, so I did mention one of the things that can kind of abuse Time Twister in a way is like Exploration and Fast Bond. Uro is a way to make those decks better as well. So I'm kind of leaning towards Uro. Oust is also a premium removal spell in my opinion. I'm not trying to hover over, sorry, had an itch, but Zernor would be fine, especially like with Fast Bond. But the other card I want to talk about is Pyrogoyf. However, if I'm going to be time twistering, Pyrogoyf is often going to be reset to a 0/1. So I'm not really interested in that either. I think I'm going to take Uro. I do like Zernor, but I'm not taking it pick 3. So if we see a Titania, I'll regret that decision, but I think it's the correct one. Okay, so now we have Frantic Search, which is a way to fill the yard for Uro and find Hull Breacher and Time Twister. There's also a Starting Town, which I'm a huge fan of. Dak Faden, actually, I think. So Volcanic Island's also nice, and it's unfortunate that it's in the same pack as Dak Faden. But Dak Faden Hull Breacher is just another way to abuse uh, either card. Now, we did just take mono 3 drops, so I'm probably done taking 3 drops that aren't named Narset, but yeah, I'm going to take the Dak Faden. Okay, now we have Mystical Tutor. I like that because it finds Time Twister if we want it, but there's also Ponder, Lightning Bolt, or Chain Lightning, I mean, not Lightning Bolt. There's also Thundering Falls, though. Hmm. And we already passed Volcanic Island, so I think that impacts my draft a little bit. I think that means I want the Thundering Falls more. Flooded Strand is also good, but I don't know how many more. Like, there's literally Steam Vents left because I don't think the Volcanic Island's going to come back around. And Mystical Tutor, like if this was a Tinker, I probably take the Mystical Tutor, but it's not. So let's take the Thundering Falls. Okay, Jace Vryn's Prodigy does help us find and fill the yard for Uro. I guess so does Malcolm. Yeah, I definitely think it's between those. I could see Metamorphose, but I'd rather take one of these other blue cards. Let's see. I guess we're gonna want to like fill our deck with cantrips and other things too, so that's probably means Jace is gonna be a little bit better. Stern's Breeding Pool though. I was gonna say Stern Scolding seems really strong here, because what we're gonna want is keep the board clear for our Time Twister. I guess we don't have to play Uro. We can stay Izzet, because I do think Stern Scolding is the stronger card. There's a small chance that Copperline Gorge wheels as well. Let's take the Stern Scolding. We really need to focus on some 1-drops. Okay, Mox Opal's not the Mox that we're looking for. There's Inquisition, which I might take. I'm not interested in Robber. It's not too late, so I don't want to play a third color or a fourth color potentially. If I want to take the Mox Opal and just speculate on it. Okay, so here's an Oliphant. That is a red-blue fetch. I think I like that better than Jace Wielder of Mysteries or the Rakdos Talisman. Rakdos Talisman obviously goes with Mox Opal, but I think this Mox Opal was pseudo free. So I took it. There's a lot of upside. Remember, there's 2 whole packs to go. I do believe this next pack had the Zurin Orb in it. I don't. This one or the following. Okay, I think it was the following. I'm surprised Mom came back around. I don't think I'm interested in anything else. I guess I'll take Eternal Witness, but honestly, I'm not. Just because if this was a pod draft, I would take Mother of Runes. But honestly, I don't think I'm playing green at this time. Okay, there's this Healy. That can help turn on Mox Opals. I think I like that better than Phantasmal Image. I'm not really doing much with it at this moment. And Oust is nice, but if I don't have to play a third... I guess this is... if I end up with more artifacts, I'm going to really want the Saheeli, but I don't know if I'm going to play Saheeli. Okay, Legion Extruder. I like Kolaghan's Command, but Legion Extruder is an artifact. Ooh, Consult. That's a really nice one. Gobin's also nice, but I'm going to take the Consult. Consult can, if we kick it, can help us find Hullbreacher and Time Twister, and if we're kicking it, we'll probably have 5 or 6 mana, at least 4. Let's take the land. We're not going to play that. I told you we're getting our companion Mox Emerald. Oh, man. That is so funny. I don't know why I always get Mox Emerald. That's crazy. I'm not complaining, but it is very funny. Okay, we're not going to get Force of Negation back, unfortunately. Maybe we can get Chromatic Star if we want to try to squeeze in this Mox Opal, which does look to be getting better and better. Remember, like, if we're Time Twistering, if we have, like, 1 artifact and then we Time Twister into Mox Opal, we're 1 more artifact away from Metalcraft. It's not unheard of. And I don't think there's anything else in here that I necessarily want outside of the Force of Negation I already mentioned. And I do think the Chromatic Star is very safe to wheel. So, I mean, if Mox Opal's going that late in the first pack, it means no one has the Tolarian Academy, because Tolarian Academy just makes Mox Opal, like, one of the best, one of the absolute best cards to have. So, that's a Strip Mine. We've lost a Strip Mine many a times. There's also a Balance. Is that worth splashing white for? It makes me regret not taking the Oust. But if we end up with this Mox Opal build, then maybe I do want the Balance. It definitely makes me want to have that Mystical Tutor back. This is really tough for me. It's like, do I want to try to splash the 3rd color when I know I'm already down a couple Izzet lands? Or just play the Strip Mine in case our opponents have, like... I guess Karakas isn't going to wreck us as badly as it did before. I think the Balance just has way more upside. Let's take the Balance. There's also a Spell Bomb I could have considered as well, but I did not. Oh, Mana Vault. What does that do? I guess it lets us cast Time Twister and Hullbreacher. That seems great. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to consider the Aether Spell Bomb, but I think that has a high chance of wheeling. I don't think the people playing in this arena draft are, on average, like, super competitive Vintage Cube drafters, so I think that has a higher chance to wheel than if we were playing, like, high stakes Vintage Cube or something. So I think I stand by the Balance pick, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm going to take the Mana Vault now. That seems very obvious. I'm very glad I took that Mox Opal. It looks to be coming alive. There's a third pass, but there's... third path, sorry. But there's also a Ketria, and we already have the Saheeli, which honestly is getting more playable. Now, this is an Izzet land, which makes me value it a lot. But it's also splashes green if we want to try to play the Uro. Notably, I guess this is also blue-red land. Notably, there's also a Born Oculus. But if we're Time Twistering, it's kind of the same problem with Spiral, and I just really want to be able to get get my land. So I am going to value the land over the spell here. Wow. I kind of regret that decision now. Because I want to, I don't want to play too many triomes, and this is actually the perfect triome because of balance. I could also see Hollowed Fountain, but my logic, if I had a blue fetch, I would probably take the Hollowed Fountain. But because my only fetch source right now is Oliphant, it's actually better, in my opinion, to take the Ragone Triome. Also, there's a Titania, which I would absolutely love to play if you know me, but obviously that ship is probably sailed at this point. I know this is a green fetch, but we got rid of the strip mine and stuff too. It's not coming back. Yeah, let's take the Ragone Triumph, Rogreen Triumph. Okay. There's a Soul Guide Lantern. There's also a. Do I have? I don't have a lot of non-creatures. And if I'm balancing, that just seems not great. But do I really want to take Soul Guide Lantern? I guess it doesn't have a high chance of wheeling because of how low we are, but it helps turn on Mox Opal. And honestly, if we can pack a Urza Saga. I was looking at this Lion's Eye Diamond, but Urza Saga might be better. Anyways, as I was saying, if we can pack a Tellurian Academy, that would be fantastic, and I'd much rather have the Soul Guide Lantern then. As it sits, I think I'm supposed to just take this Urza Saga, as it can find Mox Opal, Mana Vault, Mox Emerald, or Soul Guide. I think that's better than Lion's Eye Diamond I can't currently do anything with. VV, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this well enough, but I also don't... I'm not a Smuggler's Copter deck, so I think it's between VV and Shelldock. I guess I'm going to take the VV. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play with this, and I don't have like a big bomb threat that like I want a Shelldock Isle, so... Okay, Chromatic Star did wheel. That makes me very happy. This technically makes blood, and it's very interesting and can help fill the yard for relevant things, but let's take the star. It also helps fix us, which I think is very important in this deck. Okay, awesome. I did think that this had a better chance of wheeling, and it did. We're going to slam dunk it now. So now we're in the Tellurian Academy waiting room. Okay, Pinnacle's not a bad one. Neither is Portable Hull, honestly. Can I afford a second white card? Maybe. I already have a Saheeli. I want to take the Portable Hull. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'll take the Abhorrent now. I think that's better than Grim. The Aberrant, however you want to pronounce it. I'll take the Malevolent Rumble. I'm not a 0 to play that. Okay, Timeless Dragon cycles for the Ragone Triome. But this has higher upside. Let's take the Stoneforge. It's too bad technically playable. I'll put it in for now. It's too bad I didn't take the Astrolabe or whatever it's called, the blue equipment. So there's a map that I'm not currently interested in because we don't have specifically Academy. There's a Currency Converter, which helps turns on our Opal. We're not currently a Flash deck, so it seems really awkward to take this Flash. Quantum Riddler is another fantastic one. Also, Currency Converter goes really well with Dak Faden. It also can help feed the Abhorrent because even if I put stuff under it, I can put it back in the yard afterwards. I think it's between the Quantum Riddler and the Currency Converter. And I want to take the Converter just to help maximize the Opal. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. That is a blessing. Okay, I would love this Tundra, but we're not going to pass a Wheel of Fortune. We have Hull Breacher. Why would we do that? That seems terrible. Also, it's going to help us cast our Oculus basically by itself. Obviously not guaranteed, but has a very high chance to. We have a ton of 3s. Hopefully we hit our Moxen early and often. Trinket Mage would be a great wheel, by the way. Oh, there's Ancient Tomb, Flame Slash, Seachrome Coast. This pack is loaded for us. I wouldn't even mind a Nettle Cyst on the wheel, honestly. Am I supposed to take Ancient Tomb? I don't think so. We don't have too many double colorless pip cards. I think I'm supposed to take Flame Slash. Man, not being able to get the Seachrome Coast might come back to bite us, but also just losing to creatures killing us also seems very annoying. So let's take the Flame Slash. Um, okay. I think we need to take this Marsh Flats even over Dig Through Time and Mystic. Man, it's too bad we don't have an Academy. I would absolutely love this Cradle or Candelabra. Candelabra can fix our mana, but we don't have. Actually, yeah, do we have zero? We have zero double pip cards, so not even relevant. Okay. Leovold, of course, but I'm not playing black, and I'm probably not playing greens, so I'm gonna just take this Marsh Flats, which gets all three of our colors. Well, there's a Batter Skull. I don't think I want it. There's a Grim Monolith. I don't think I want the Grim Monolith either, sadly. We're just not a big mana deck, and we already have the Mana Vault. So do we just cheese in this Batter Skull, maybe? We have the Stone Forge. Yeah, I don't think we're a Grim Monolith deck, and I don't know what else I'd rather have besides this like one removal spell. So let's just take the Batter Skull. Oh, a Bauble? Bauble's nice. So is Chandra, though. Tropical Island does increase my chances of wanting to play Uro, but we have a Born Oculus and we don't have to play another color for it, so I think that's better. Coveted Jewel. I don't think we're a Coveted Jewel deck. Maybe if I took the Grim Monolith. Yeah, let's just take the Bauble. I'm really glad I got this Mox Opal for basically free. Oh, sweet. This is another... I guess it just gets... Raga... Oh, no, it also gets Ketria Triumph. That's fantastic. Okay. Yeah, I like Fresh Start, but we're going to take this fetch land. Okay, this is another dual land that I feel like I just have to take, honestly. Like, we need to be able to cast our spells. Expedition map has a really bad mana fixer. What does that look like? Looks like trash, but I'm going to pick it anyways because I don't really want any of these other cards. There's a blue-white that Marsh Flats can technically get. Man, we have so many tap lands, but I don't think I want to play all three of these Triomes. That seems terrible, but I'm going to take it for now. Do we want Nettlecyst? We have so many threes. But Nettlecyst would be a big creature. I'll take the Nia. Nia has a lot of upside and we can flip it. Oh, wow, the Dig Through Time wield? I mean, I'm not playing Thalia, and I'm not playing these other two cards, so yeah, we'll take the Dig Through Time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play both Oculus and Dig, but I'll try. Jace and Dak Faden help a lot. They go a long way. Oh, and we got the bad Path to Exile on the wheel. I guess that's actually... I doubt... Oh, no, it's only double white. Why did I think it was triple? Sure, we'll take a Lightning Helix. That's technically playable, castable. I'm really glad I took this Legion Extruder, and I'm really glad I took this Mox Opal now. Let's hope we can abuse it early and often. It's too bad we took this Uro. I don't remember exactly what I took for it. I think I passed... Did I pass a dual land for this? No, the Volcanic was in the same pack as Dak. That's a red-white dual land that we will take. I will play that. My mana base is bad enough. I'll see you in the deck building. Alright, this is what I ended up going with. I am going to try the Stoneforge Mystic and Batterskull. I didn't take the blue equipment. I didn't think it was correct at the time. Maybe I should have, but I think it's still worth playing the Batterskull, even if it makes Stoneforge Mystic a potential dead card. Luckily, I still have Mana Vault to help accelerate out on turn 2, and that'll beat a lot of aggro decks by itself unless they have like an Abrade or a Suplex basically immediately. And I think that warrants it to be good enough. Obviously, as we know, we got the Time Twister Hull Breacher. That's fantastic. We got the Wheel of Fortune, Dak Faden. That stuff's all very obvious. I am playing 15 lands. I am treating obviously Mox as a full land, and then the Mana Vault and Oliphant as a half land. I don't think I want to consider Mox Opal to be a land, and even if I want to do like the half land thing, like I would rather go up than down on that. So uh, other than that, I do think we have plenty of ones. I don't know how the mana base is going to turn out exactly. I am kind of paranoid about that. It would have been really nice to get that Tundra or that Volcanic Island, but here we are. I end up cutting Sparrows. I don't think a tapped Hollowed Fountain is better than obviously the Raggreen Triumph staying in like no matter what. But I do think the Ketria is a little bit better, as I think red is our second most important color, even over white. I think outside of balance, I would rather have red almost any other time. Um, Legion Extruder is going to turn a lot of these artifacts into more dudes, which is fantastic for us. It could even turn a dead Mana Vault, which is great. Uh, Portable Hole, I don't know how often we're going to get white mana, but this turning on our Opal as well. Like, I'm really excited to play this deck. I do think that we're finally doing a vintage level thing instead of just playing like a strange tempo or control style deck that we have been lately, which it kind of leaves up to our opponent to vintage us or not. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully, I don't eat crow saying that. I decided to cut the Oculus in favor of Dig Through Time. I decided that Oculus isn't necessarily what we want to be doing. I understand that it's super value, and I really like that. But Dig Through Time is a little bit easier to cast. You can instant speed it, and it finds what we really want to be doing, which is the Hull Breacher Time Twister thing. So that's why I ended up going with the Dig Through Time over the Oculus. I don't think we have the mana to play the Lightning Helix. I'd rather try to play as many blue sources as possible since we're playing a lot of basics. A basic island just really screws this up, and I don't know if playing this on turn 3 and turn 4 is going to be good enough sometimes. So that's why I went there. I almost considered playing the Uro. We do have the Mox Emerald, which is companion for us, for those of you just tuning in. Um, but all joking aside, the Temple Garden, the Sparrows, the Ketria, the Mox Emerald, and Mox Opal really, because obviously multiverse patch and everything, I really consider. I don't think I would have played a basic forest, but I really considered playing the Uro. But because I'm cutting lands for the Moxen and Mana Vault anyways, I think it makes Uro a little bit worse. Even though we have some wheel effects, um, that's what I went with. I do want to discuss that. Vivi and Saheeli ended up ultimately cutting. I'm not necessarily copying anything great with Saheeli, and if I'm playing 3 drops, I'd rather be playing these 3 drops. I just think that they're better than Saheeli at this point. And Vivi's also very nice, but just not for this deck. We're not a big mana deck. We're not abusing this. We're not playing Upheaval. Even if we Time Twister, like, we're not Time Twistering into much. So that's why I ended up cutting that as well. So hopefully that answers any questions y'all may have, and I'll see you in round 1. Welcome to round 1. Let's see if our Mox Emerald is truly a companion emerald. It is not, but I'm still going to keep this hand. We have all 3 colors and some artifacts. I can't imagine not keeping this hand, honestly. Especially on the blind. Mana Vault. I don't think I want Mana Vault, honestly. Our opponent's probably like, oh god. No, they probably think that we're missing lands now, so if they had a Wasteland or a Strip Mine, they'd probably snap it off. Oh, we did have a Mox Opal in someone's opening hand. They could have drawn it, of course, but I want to pretend like it was in their opening hand. Oh, nice. Turn 1 Booster Tutor with a bunch of extra mana. It's too bad I can't punish that. I do wish it let us see the pack as they're looking at it. I think that would be a very nice integrated thing, because it's just kind of boring sitting here with this book just in the middle while they figure it out. I know I've cast Booster Tutor many a times, and I took like 30-40 solid seconds before I passed the priority, so I just think that'd be a little bit better for the receiver of, or I guess they're the receiver of the Booster Tutor, but you know what I mean, the other person. I think that would just be a little bit better for gameplay reasons. Of course, we still get to see the card that they take, but it's also just interesting to see what they passed up on. So I really hope that WotC or whoever is in charge of programming this can figure that out. They took a Scalding Tarn. That's interesting. I'm gonna play the Spell Bomb. I'm kind of likely to want to crack it, honestly. I'm not doing a whole lot. I have 2 removal spells. Like, if I crack it and I draw Opal, it's gonna be kind of annoying, but cracking it also gets us closer to dig through time. Alright, opponent is cracking their fetch. Getting a tap land. Playing Overlord. Okay. You have an Overlord. Ooh, okay. Opponent's on Reanimator confirmed. So we are running out of time. And that makes me not want to play my planes, unfortunately. That's really bad. What are they taking? Probably Generous Plunder, I would imagine. They're not close to any of the other creatures. Okay, they take Archon. Maybe they have a flash and they want to flash it in? But I'd rather just take the Titan. I mean, they have 2 mana to my 0 if they do that. I am going to cycle this. It's too bad we didn't end up with any counter spells. Make me feel a little bit better. Okay, Sunbaked Canyon doesn't get blown up. So I'm going to take that, actually. And honestly, I may just pop the Consult here. I'm going to Legion Extruder. I have another piece of removal if I really need it. And then this way it'll get an artifact down for a potential Mox Opal draw. I know I need a 3rd artifact still, but... Oh, Cycle Troll. Okay. So they have plenty of things in the yard to reanimate once they find one. They could already have it. I believe they milled all of those off of the Overlord. Sneak attack. That's why they took the Archon. Interesting. That is going to hit us for a lot. And there's not much we can do about it. I wish I had a Black Lotus. I guess a lot of people say that, huh? Oh, Currency Converter. Currency Converter at least gets us value out of it. Oh, yeah, I'm choosing 2 of these. Okay, yeah, that's right. My bad. Sure, I'll take the Windswept Heath, why not? Congrats, Mox Opal's live. We did it, folks. Hopefully they don't have a second thing to sneak attack, because that will kill us. We're already taking 12 from Archon. Yep, I'm going to discard this Windswept Heath. I'm going to say yes. I'm probably putting it right back in my yard, but... And then I'm probably... I don't want to get rid of Abandon, but I also just don't want 2 treasure tokens. But I guess that's probably better. Resolve. I'll discard this. I don't know. 5. Yeah, I'll do it, because I can technically do both of these things. Alright. We are almost dead. If they can reanimate this Archon, we will be dead. Not immediately from it, but... I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have... Ooh, Umbrella... Oh my gosh, really? Alright, that's unfortunate. At least they have to blow up their own Triome. Because of... oh no, I guess they could do the basic swamp. I'm sorry. Because I did play the plains eventually. Alright, well there's a Mox Opal. That's nice, honestly. And now they have to blow up their own stuff. They can keep... No, they have to do all three. I think they have to do all three. Oh, yeah, they fetch for that first. So they keep the Triome. They have to blow up the island. Oh, no, the Triome's white. So they do that for white. They do that for also black. And I guess and red. Yeah. So it's just island and the Triome. I forgot that they could name the same things. Maybe they messed it up, though, but... Okay, no, they did not. We have 8 things in the yard. I can pay with the 2 treasures, but then I can't do anything else. So yeah, let's just say go. Hopefully they don't make me discard anymore. They don't have white, thankfully, to flash back. Let's see. Getting rid of all these lands in case I draw a Time Twister. No. You're going to slow roll me like that? You're going to take 30 seconds? You're such a jerk. That is such a jerk move. All right, let's do this. Let's see what we hit. I don't think there's anything. I don't have, like, I didn't take the path, but... Just, oh, I wanted to put the treasure in. I misclicked. Oh, well. Good game. Yeah, I don't think I was beating that. Anyways, that's... oh, well. I'll see you next round. All right, round 2. Let's see if we can fare a little bit better than we did last round. Urza's Saga into Dakfaden. I guess it's not in... I said Dakfaden. I meant Batterskull. I don't know why I said Dakfaden. Well, I'm going to keep this, but I'm not going to play turn 1 Mana Vault. Let's play the Surveil. I should probably play the Triumph first, but okay. I'm going to keep... Dakfaden lets me keep a lot of things. Like, if they're not end up not being a creature deck, I can discard it to Dakfaden, and that seems great. Passing through their turn? Oh, I see. Well, that's not ideal. Let's just play the Triumph. That means they probably have Reanimate, which is very unfortunate for us. Okay. Oh, well, speaking of unfortunate, drawing Stoneforge right after Batterskull. Am I supposed to just Dakfaden? Try to find something? Oh, man, if I had... I don't think I would have ever made that play in a million years, but... Oh, man, that's rough. Alright, please don't reanimate. Please don't reanimate. Have Necromancy, not Animate Dead. Don't have Animate Dead. No, we were 1 turn away. Oh, do I have another red source? No, not current. Oh, yeah, I do. I'm an idiot. Okay, so... And then next turn I can... the next turn I can play Batterskull to clean up the tokens. I definitely don't need the island. And I am kind of tempted to discard the Lantern at this point, but they could have more. I guess I'm getting rid of the Twister. I hope this all resolves. Now I play the Soul Guide in case they have another animate. They can't even kill the Dak Faden, which is honestly kind of superb. And then next turn I can play the Batterskull no matter what. I will just probably make a token though. Okay, that's annoying. They get the Batterskull. Well, the Legion makes 3/3s. Oh. Let's just add mana. That was a good draw. Resolve. We're about to Mind Twist our opponent. Oh, do I just go get Bobble, actually? Oh, no, I get a Currency Converter. Wow, we actually have a lot of options. I'll get Currency Converter. I hope this resolves. If it doesn't, I can still make a 3/3. Wow, it did. They even had the Entomb. That was great. And now we're going to draw 2, discard 2, because that makes tokens off our Currency Converter. Next. Wow, I didn't think we were going to... I mean, it's not over yet, but I feel a lot better than I did when they discarded the other card. Let's put the portable hole back. Do I want to cycle this before? I don't think so. I can always cycle again later. Take action. Take action. Attack. And... Alright, if they can just like not draw a Shieldred or a Grief for a minute, that'd be great. Let's just put another 2/2 into play. My turn. I shouldn't have played the Bobble first. That was dumb. Still going to target myself, of course. But that was not great. Ooh. Sure, let's do that in case they find a cantrip. I think that's a little bit better. But yeah, I would have much rather have kept Consult and not Bobble, so that was a mistake. And then, yeah, I think they're dead next turn. In a lot of different ways. And now draw spells don't get them out of this. Ooh, that's a good one. I can only hit half of our yard. This is each opponent's graveyard, unfortunately. Sure, I'll look at your hand. Let's just do all the things. Maybe I'll draw a Wheel of Fortune. Chromatic Star. I'm going to play and cycle the Chromatic Star. I could just draw and make a 3/3 off Legion, actually, but I'm going to cycle it. I do hope to hit a Wheel of Fortune, so I'm going to cycle it for red. I did not hit a Wheel of Fortune yet. Target me. I could make treasures, but oh, Wheel of Fortune. Fantastic. Now, I could discard this island, but I have so many things under this, I don't really care. Now let's see if they want to scoop. Okay, now they should definitely scoop. Good games. Yep. All right, that was a fun one. Let's hope we can rinse and repeat. See you next round. All right, welcome back. This is round 3. Yeah, I can buy this. We can play Mana Vault turn 1, turn 2 we can play Legion Extruder, or we can play a tap land, and then maybe Twister after that with some mana floating. It would be nice to draw our Hull Breacher, of course. Uh-oh, against an island deck, and they have power. I'm just gonna pass with Stern Scolding up. Maybe they have Malcolm end of turn. Mystical Tutor. Okay, that's not good. Is it a Tinker? Well, they're not slamming the card. Oh, Entomb. Okay. Well, next turn I'm probably just going to Time Twister then, unless they put the thing into play now. Oh. Okay, interesting. Well, so here's my thing behind this. There's a couple ways to play this. If they have another black source, they can go Entomb plus Reanimate immediately if they have the Reanimate as well. I mean, that's 2 of their 3 unknown cards, so it's not likely. However, they did just spend a turn turning off. I'm sorry, like losing a draw step basically. So like, do I really want a Time Twister right now? And I think the answer is no. I'm just going to hope that they do not have a second black and a Reanimate spell. I think that's what punishes me for taking this line, and I'm just going to try it. If their Reanimate spell is like the creature, okay, there's a second black. Are they going to sorcery speed this Entomb? Okay, I might regret my decisions. Because I doubt it's the 2/2 that exiles during combat. Crabomination, that's not the worst. Could have definitely been a worse target. Okay, well, Persist is annoying. Let's see what they hit. Hopefully just hit like land and then nothing. Ooh, an Exile, the Stern Scolding. Cool, they can't even do anything with it. That's a whiff. That was great. Yeah, my turn. Okay, we did hit the land. I don't know if I want to play the land, though, because Stoneforge Mystic, I think it's honestly better. I have a couple options. I play Ragavan Triumph, say go. I guess I could play Legion Extruder. Because, like, they kind of did their thing. And I can take 4 and then set up for next turn. And then maybe I just played Stoneforge after that. I'm going to do it this way. I don't want to, draw 1 and let them draw 5. That just seems bad. This also increases my chances of drawing Flame Slash, which will help kill the Crabomination. And next turn I can Stoneforge and play the Batterskull. They haven't done anything, which is interesting to note. So maybe I just take another 4. I think I'm supposed to play this more patiently. I survived the storm, and I think now I just need to ride it out. I don't think playing Batterskull here is correct. And if they have a kill spell for the Stoneforge Mystic, that's fine. I'm going to take this one more time. What can they have? Psychic Frog. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely bad for me to wheel then, unfortunately. Luckily, they can only jump the frog twice at the moment. I'm going to play the mountain so I can cycle the Ketria Triumph. Because I definitely don't want to be wheeling when they have a frog in play. I think that was one of the worst draws that we could have been up against. Because then they can just make it huge, jump, and just murder us. Not in one turn, of course, but... What do they have? Man, it's too bad we don't have Winds of Abandon. That would be such a great card right now. Now, keep in mind we can pick up Batterskull still this way as well. It's interesting that that's when they wanted to bolt the Stoneforge Mystic. I mean, I'm pretty close to dying, right? Because the frog. I guess I can attack back, so maybe I'm not. But like if they Twister, I'm definitely close to dying. But maybe they don't have a Twister effect. Opponent is likely Grixis, though. This forest might be just the third color of the Zeator's Proving Ground. Snapcaster Mage. Okay, what is that getting back? Entomb, I guess? Or Mystical? No, I guess it has to be Entomb, right? Oh, okay, so you have an island in your hand? That's probably fine. Depending on what that is, I mean... Oh, yeah, I see. I was going to say, depending on what that is, I would have probably twisted the following turn, even with the frog, but we're not going to find out what it would have been now. Maybe it would have been like an Abrade. Abrade would have been nice in this spot. Yep. That's fine. Luckily, they can't jump too much. And if I can draw Flame Slash in my next 2 draw steps, I can kill the frog. That's scary. Alright. Let's draw Flame Slash, please. Yep, that was a good draw. Take your 4. What are you drawing? Death. Okay. Hopefully, now I just... No! Why did you cycle the Mana Vault? That's horrible. That is so bad. Why did it use the Mana Vault? That, I mean... Oh my gosh. I guess I'm doing this now. Oh. Cool. I have a Plains in my deck? Oh, yeah, that was bad. Non-creature, okay. Then let's Jace, so I can do it again next turn maybe, and then Thraben. And then I guess on their draw step is when I'm supposed to bobble. They're just going to discard it to Frog? They can't. Okay, sure. Okay, they can't jump Frog. That's nice. I'll just throw my Thraben into it, maybe. Let's see what they do. I don't see a good attack from them. Okay, that's what I thought. Just want to make another 3/3? Probably, because I can get back. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I was gonna sack the clue probably, and then equip Adder Skull, go from there, and probably win the game. But who knows? Either way, great comeback. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 4. I did almost oopsies. I'm glad I caught it though. I almost forgot to record. Let's see if this would have been an epic game that y'all might have missed had I done that. It's too bad I don't have a Steam Vince or a Volcanic Island to go get. Oh, and our opponent has a Wheel of Fortune. I mean, a Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, a Black Lotus. We have a Wheel of Fortune. I wouldn't mind if they twisted, I suppose. Oh, Isotol. That's scary. Let's draw Flame Slash. Glad they milled the Booster Tutor. I'm glad they don't have a Strip Mine. We get to continue playing the game. So we'll get a blue source. Probably the Thundering Falls. Not interested in a star, even though it turns on the Mox Opal. We'll probably find other things to do that. Not going to use this bauble yet. I don't think seeing a card in their hand is going to gain us too much information, and I already have plays for the following couple turns, so... Although, honestly, at this point, I may just Wheel of Fortune. We are kind of getting to the point where we're getting a little bit more value out of it than they are, but them having a Black Lotus into Isotol is going to hinder that a little bit. Okay, and since the Booster Tutor, they've hit mono lands, I believe. Okay, playing a land out of their hand. Oh, no, that was the one they just revealed off the island. Okay, now they hit Troll, which is basically a land. Attacking for 2. Are you doing anything else? Interesting. Am I supposed to lead with Stoneforge or Jace? Maybe I'm supposed to lead with Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. I feel like they have a counterspell. And if I lead with Wheel of Fortune, which I don't think is the correct play, I can then next turn Jace and Stoneforge. I'm just going to Stoneforge. If it resolves and I can put Batterskull into play, then that turns on Wheel of Fortune. Okay, they did have a counterspell, but at least we're drawing a card. Maybe we'll draw a 1-drop artifact. Or could you imagine hitting Mox Emerald here? Hit Mox Emerald. Prove my point why I don't like this card at all. Okay, that's actually really nice. It's too bad I'm one short, but I think I'm still supposed to just wheel here. Okay. Yeah, they decided to leave up Urtai instead of hitting me for 4. Oh, and they just milled a Nadu? We found Hull Breacher, Time Twister. We just don't have the mana to play it currently. Yeah, we're one short of doing both. So we need to draw Mox Emerald. That's going to put an incredibly fast clock on us. I have lost to a lot of Ouroboros in my life. And it's not even that old of a card. Edge of Eternities, what is that, 2 sets ago? Thraben does chump for a turn. But I don't know if we're getting 2 draw steps. And we don't have a time lock. Ooh, regrowth. Okay. That's good for them. Our best draw is Mox Emerald. If we don't get it, then we have Thraben to refill this anyways. I lied. Our best draw is clearly this balance. I so lied to you. I am so good at lying to you guys. I apologize. I think I have to discard 1 card. Which will probably just be this Ketria Triumph. You have Force of Will? Are you kidding me? Must be nice. Okay. You have Force of Will. Congratulations. Yeah, and of course this Legion Exterior doesn't even kill anything. Gosh, that feels so bad. Alright. If I can stay alive, I have Hullbreacher, Time Twister, and go from there. And our Jace is in the yard, so I'm definitely not living long enough to... Well, I have to get it back with the Twister, but I'm probably not living long enough to do so. Yep, and here comes a Nadu, and you're going to combo through. Okay. Oh. Wait, what happened to the Nadu? Oh, they had to pitch the Nadu. I missed that. Okay, cool. Is that lethal? Yes, it is. Dang. By 1. Okay, so the Mana Vault would have prevented me from doing my combo anyways. So, alright, well, we're backs to the wall. See you next round. Welcome to round 5. We were close to being able to combo, and if that balance would have resolved, I think we might have had enough to get there. But okay, so we are on the play. I'm going to start with Chromatic Star, probably. I'm keeping, obviously. I don't want to play Soul Guide Lantern. I don't think there's a reason to. But yeah, this lets us keep up either blue or red later, depending on what I want to use multiversal passage for, which I think I want to do with blue. We just have more blue cards than white, I think. I hope I'm not lying to you like I often do. Okay. Annoying, but we can hit the second best thing, which I guess they're going to take Concealing probably. Okay, no, they instantly took... Okay, interesting. Let's flip now in case we hit land. We technically did, so that's nice. Are we supposed to hit Twister? I want to hit Twister. No, this game almost just messed me up and I would have been very sad. Cycle. Glad I caught the auto tapper. Auto tapper is not your friend, ladies and gents. Now, of course, they can take our Oliphant now, but that's fine because we're not going to let them untap with Emperor. That's going to get flame slashed probably. But for more than one reason, they're going to want to take the Oliphant because it does help slow down the Jace flipping. And then from there, I can probably play Soul Guide Lantern and hold up Batterskull. I guess I can't. I'm sorry, I can't do all of that. So I guess I'm not playing the Soul Guide unless I top deck a land or get a land with Jace. And that's assuming that none of this gets interacted with. I'm going to lose for not playing Soul Guide. Man, that's crazy. Yep. Okay, now I get to exile this, though. That's not the end of the world. Because this doesn't trigger unless it's... Okay. Never mind. I need to stop being so dramatic. Alright, let's see what this does. This gets a Wheel of Fortune, which I definitely don't want to play either. We have all of our colors, but we don't have double blue. So I'm not going to crack Chromatic Star to try to find a land, because it's not going to help us hold up the other thing anyways. Attack for 1. Okay, we did give them a mountain to do that, but at least we're not dying. Yep. Sure, if they want to hit us for 6, that's fine. Sure. They hit us for 6. Okay, land is very welcome. I guess I want to flip this now and start getting it activated. This is why we think if there are lines through, ladies and gents. Do not do as I do. Yeah, I'm not going to give up dig through time. That's unfortunate, but I'm not going to give up dig through time.
Today's a nice day for an expedition. I love learning.
Playing that this turn would have been so much better. I will be cracking Chromatic Star if they're able to somehow deal with this. I guess if they Thoughtseize, it would be like the biggest way. I'd just do it in response. So I guess I won't be cracking Chromatic Star. I lied. And when this comes down, I'll get to flashback the wins, hopefully. Or if I can draw like a Hull Breacher, I can end of turn it and then flashback one of the wheel effects. And honestly, at this point, actually, I guess I'm currently winning the board, so we'll see. But I might be interested in doing a Time Twister eventually. But they could have Orcish Bowmasters, and that seems horrible. Do they have a Tashanis Tidebinder? Because that would be great. Yeah, and if they do, it's probably best to do it on the Batterskull. They did not. Okay. That way, in case I have a 5th land, I can't just, play land, say go. So yeah, my turn. We are going to go to combat. See what they do. Maybe a Bowmaster's here. Oh, Urtai. I'm going to dig in response. Mostly because I can Stern Scolding this. Alright, let's see what all I want to hit. I don't mind redrawing the Saga. Don't want to redraw this. Don't really need to do the Wheel of Fortune, I don't think. 4. Yeah, and that leaves up Stern Scolding still, so that's great. Did not hit the Stern Scolding. I guess I just take Mox Legion. Yeah. And then I can kill the Urtai after they block the Stoneforge because they're going to kill the 4/4. Yep. At least I draw a card. Okay, did not draw anything relevant there. Next. Yep. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell. If they do, it's whatever. Alright, the next turn I get to overload. I get to flashback and overload the Overlord. Luckily, it doesn't become a creature until end of turn.
Solving mysteries is my specialty.
Vampiric Tutor, eh? That's scary. Hopefully it's not a Sheoldred or a Bowmaster. I won't know what it is unless they sorcery speed it, but even then they have other cards in hand. That's scary. Is it a worm? It's an Atraxa. That's less scary. Because that's just like a draw 5 maybe, like a Factor Fiction. Okay, well they're definitely getting this Booster Tutor and this Grave Titan and a land. Okay, Booster Tutor, Grave Titan, land. That's not the worst. No, they took the Tashanas. Okay, okay, maybe that is better because of the Jace, I guess. I don't know. I like taking the Grave Titan there. Yeah, no thanks. Oh no, they have the Tashanas now. Yeah, duh. Okay, yeah. I couldn't do anything about that, but that's fine. They have an Atraxa. I'm gonna Wheel of Fortune, hopefully. Oh no, I guess I wins. I guess wins might be better. Yeah, I need to wins. They're gonna draw so many cards, but oh my gosh. And they got the Worm back, and they have a Mox. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Oh, balance. Never mind. Hey Nick, I know you said I'm really lucky all the time, and you're right. I hope you're watching. They even have to sack the land. That's funny. That's so funny. Okay, so I don't think Time Twister is what I'm supposed to be doing. That seems not great. They have 12 cards left in deck. I can just start making 3/3s. I can pick this up, but I can't replay it yet. So let's uptick one more time.
Where's the next puzzle?
No, why does it do that? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna sack this then.
I look like I know what I'm doing.
No attacks. Yep. And then you can, whenever you cast a spell, yeah, so I can just bounce and replay the thing. All right, that was a good win. I had a couple blunders, unfortunately, or at least one that I remember, but yeah, that was good. I'll see you next round. Welcome to round 6. I've noticed there's been a lot of Reanimator in my drafts this time, opposed to last time. So we'll see. I was just about to say, if I get the option to play a turn 1 Soul Guide, I may just take it at this point. And I'm keeping this regardless. And I am just gonna play the Soul Guide. Like upside, or the other side of that coin, I mean, is playing Marsh Flats. But I'd rather just make sure we don't get Reanimated, honestly. We almost lost that because I didn't play the Soul Guide. Luckily, we had the Winds of Change or Abandon. I think it's Wind of Abandon. Yeah, Winds of Change is the 1 mana draw 7 or draw effect. My turn. Currency Converter is a good one, especially when I have an Oliphant. And because this will immediately make a 2/2. Preordain resolves. Interesting that they went for a Triome and then into Preordain. It could mean that they just don't have... They did top bow. See, I wish Ponder did that. Ooh. Scary. I can Portable Hold that, so they're only going to get one shot at this. Or at the Mana Crypt mana. Into Thraben? Okay, that's not the end of the world. I do want to make a 2/2 end of turn. Currency Converter is just so good. Or do I want to... Am I supposed to wheel here? I don't think I'm supposed to wheel, though, with the Mana Crypt in play. So yeah, let's play Thundering Falls. Make a 2/2. My turn. Okay, there's a Bauble. Let's Portable Hull. The Mana Crypt. Play this. I do want to land. And I don't think I want to Bauble yet. I do want to attack for 2, though. We are winning the race. And then next turn I'll wheel. Hopefully they don't dump their hand. I don't want them to play a 4-drop, but I guess if they do decide to play a 4-drop... Ooh, Necromancy. What is that going to hit? Oh, Oliphant. Yeah, because this doesn't hit mine. Yeah, sure. That is unfortunate. I will draw a discard. Oh, no, I don't have the mana. Why did I think I have the mana? If I'm going to be Wheel of Fortuning, I don't want to crack my Bauble. Yeah, I'll just go to my turn. And I do need to play this. I'll play it on red. I'm sorry, blue, I mean. I don't know why I said red. And I'm going to leave the Thundering Falls open. Okay, I did not find a Mox or a Flame, whatever it's called. You know, that one thing with the flame, whatever it's called. And in case I draw Stern Scolding and it matters, I'm going to do this now. Okay, and then at least I can trade for the Oliphant. No attacks. And okay, do Stoneforge Mystic. And if they have another big creature, then I can Winds of Abandoned it. Hopefully they don't. Mana Vault would be a good draw here. I'm going to take 5, but it looks like the danger's passed. They could, of course, reanimate the Oliphant, which would be really bad for me. Okay, they're starting off with a Triome. That's good. Or Cycling, I mean. That's good for me. That uses 3 of their mana now. I guess they're trying to find a reanimate spell. It would be my guess to try to just put back in that. Yeah, we're gonna go to my turn, I think. Okay, Mox Opal is a nice one. Because now we can Hull Breacher Dak Faden. I guess I could just Dak Faden myself, get value, and then go for the Hull Breacher end of turn when it's a little bit safer, maybe. Or in response to them cracking Clue, actually.
Don't worry. I overheard some juicy gossip.
Okay, so they can still redo the Oliphant, of course, but we have their graveyard covered, and we have Hull Breacher Dak Faden set up. We have a treasure for the Stern Scolding. We can technically consult, but we don't have like a force of any kind to make that necessarily relevant when we can kick it later. I guess I can dig, actually. Oh, yeah, we can dig in response if I crack the Soul Guide. Oh, that's bad. I guess it's not that bad, actually. I lied. That's not that bad. I'm really good at lying. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Like, they can't choose themselves,
I'm not afraid
and
of
they
you.
shouldn't choose me. Oh, that's what they're doing. Okay. That makes way more sense. Put a treasure? I'll put it 2-2. I want to get this game over with.
I'll be taking that.
Play the land. If they can kill my Hull Breacher, this is going to be pretty bad for me, but I really wish I had a Time Walk. If they kill the Stoneforge, I still have Batterskull, but Hull Breacher is the bigger problem, so I'm not too worried about that. I can overload this Winds of Abandon as well if they like put a flash Torsten into play. I mean, I don't want that, obviously. That's a bad example, but maybe a flashed World Spine Worm. Oko, no. That's a good card. Yeah, I don't have a way to deal with Oko. I'm checking my list right now. So I'm going to wait.
Walk with me.
That's going to hit the Hull Breacher, unfortunately. Oh, create a food? I guess their plan is to steal the Hull Breacher? That's not going to end out the way you want it to.
A little looting never hurts.
Is there a discard that they're trying? Okay. No, they just probably made an honest mistake. Oh, I guess they get... That gets creatures into play. Okay. Yeah, that gets a 2/2 into play. So that was probably not a quote-unquote mistake. Interesting that they want to do that now. Oh, treasure? Okay. 4 mana, 5 mana. That's too bad. Twister Emerald. And I don't think I want to cast Dig. That's fine. Oh, that kills the artifacts too. I missed that. I missed that so hard. That's so bad for me. I should have definitely cracked and hit their exile. Hmm. I'm going to dig. One more. Balance Saga. I've not played by land, I don't think. I think I just led with Mox first. Yeah, okay. And then now I can play Batter Skull. Make them do something with that. Oh no, they can steal the Batter Skull. Why am I so stupid? Oh no, that's fine. They can steal the Batter Skull, but I can still kill, or not kill, but attack Oko. Okay. Oh, they're getting back to their hand Necromancy. That's so bad for me. Yeah, I should. If I just exiled, I didn't realize. I read the card, Edward. Read the card. But yeah, I think if I just exiled their thing, we're fine.
Isn't the unknown exciting?
Yep. I assume they're gonna bounce the Saga.
You'll thank me later.
I don't know what else they would bounce here. Okay, they just uptick. That's fair.
I've got time.
Hmm. This is just so bad for me. Alright, take 3, please. Nope. At least I get to make a 5/5 here. And I guess I shouldn't have tapped my Mana Volt. I thought I was going to maybe Time Twister, but it didn't make sense. I get to make a 5/5 and hit something, which is nice. Also, they played a land before activating deck. Maybe they're going to steal the Batter Skull. I don't know. Because they can't, like, they have to have another creature to equip. So I could see them, like, stealing Batter Skull, animating Mana Crypt, and then equipping. Let's see. Currency Converter's gone. Star, I believe, is gone. Aether Spellbomb's gone. Bobble's gone. Mox Opal's gone. So yeah, everything's gone. I don't think I have another. Oh no, Star is not. Oh, did I exile Star? Okay, no, I can get Star. That's something. You going to attack? Okay, let's. Oh, because they can steal the contract. That's fine, actually. Because I'm going to be balancing anyways, probably. No. Okay. Interesting.
Information's almost as good as money.
So, do I get to kill the Oko, or are they going to bounce? That's funny. Yeah, okay. What do they have? Okay, they have their own Batter Skull. Nice. Okay, well, that Stoneforge Mystic was really good. I'm not going to deny them a draw. I don't see the point in that.
Don't worry, I got this.
I could deny the draw by the Aether Spellbomb for the record. So my turn, I'm just going to take this on the chin, decline, go to 7. Resolve. I think I have a star in here. Okay, I did. I should have seen what the rest of my deck was. I clicked through that way too fast. If I balance here, though, and this is a spell, I just lose. So I think I'm supposed to Time Twister, actually. It really is too bad that I didn't exile their yard, because they would actually just be dead.
It's only a matter of time.
Oh, no. Okay, I already played a land. Good to note. I don't have another mana, unfortunately, but I can bounce something if they animate the Mox. I mean, the Mana Crypt. Do they have Force of Will again? No, but they have Mana Leak. That's unfortunate. What is that going to hit? Batter Skull, maybe? Legion Extruder? Okay. Yeah, I think I lost this one when I didn't realize that Ultima destroys artifacts. Because they only had 6 cards left in deck, no cards in hand.
Let's broaden your existence.
I do have to wait for them to go to combat. Otherwise, they just equip the Batter Skull and I die. top. That's really nice for them. Yeah, we didn't see Mana Leak before, so that was one of the last 6 cards in deck. Yep. Pick up, replay, yep. What's Dak Faden doing? Sure. I don't think we have an out, unfortunately, which means I think we're going to end up 3-3, but they redrew a Fractured Identity. Oh gosh, this game was over if I just read Ultimate or Ultima Weapon. Two cards out of the 8. Does wins do anything? Do I have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4? No. I'm shy. I can keep... No, because they just equipped the Batter Skull. That's brutal. If only it had like a time walk effect. Alright, my literal only out is that they don't equip the Stoneforge Mystic or animate the Oko, but let's be honest, they're going to do that. That was a great game, though. This was a fun deck to play. It really was. I wish I would have read Ultima Weapon. I just saw the end of the turn. I have not played with that card a whole lot, but it is what it is. I learned. I know that for next time. I'll see you next time. All right, so since I'm really bad about claiming my prizes and not looking at the deck first to do these outros, here we are. This is the screenshot I took earlier. Thankfully, I did. So I just wanted to go over the deck again real quick. I actually was decently impressed with this deck. I would love to draft it again. I would like a couple different cards, but for the most part, I think this deck is very solid. I know Winds of Abandon can be a sweeper, but like if this was a Swords to Plowshares, obviously that's a strict upgrade, but it's not strictly better. I'm just saying that it's a strict upgrade. I would rather have Swords than Winds of Abandon in any deck, like with regardless of the other 39. Um, but anyways, we had decent ways to find our combo in Hull Breacher plus Wheel. We did get the Hull Breacher Dak Fade, and I remember doing that shortly after Hull Breacher got printed in Vintage, and that was a lot of fun. Um, I'm really glad we took that Mox Opal. I think without taking that Mox Opal, this ends up being like some type of control deck, and it wouldn't have been nearly as fun to play and maybe as fun to watch. With that said, because of that nature, I did make more mistakes. There was a couple times where obviously I just clicked and shouldn't do that. You should definitely think through your plays and your lands. And I definitely spewed some things there. So I think to get out of this 3-3 rut that I seem to be in, I just need to take my time, talk myself through these lines, and pay attention to things like that for sure. So Currency Converter was an absolute all-star, both with Dak Fade and Wheel of Fortune, of course. Stoneforge Mystic ended up paying out, I think. I did it did seem to be a very good threat for us. So that's nice. Other than that, I don't think we targeted a single thing with Stern Scolding. I know we flame slashed a bunch. I think we saw everything else in our deck, but I guess when you have two wheel effects, you're gonna see your deck pretty often. It is too bad that they had 6 cards left in their deck, and I guess they would have had a couple cards in their yard, so they wouldn't have been like dead. But all their good stuff, or most of it, would have been exiled had I just read Ultima. So, but that's how you learn. You make mistakes, and if you grow and understand why you made those mistakes, you'll do better, and then hopefully you won't repeat those mistakes. So you'll be better overall at playing Magic. But as always, I do these to have fun, and I had a lot of fun. I hope you watched. I'm sorry. I hope you had fun while watching as well. So I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night.